What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trainer. As you see, you got my man Trevor over here. You know, we just doing a little draft video right quick, right? So this is the 2022 Get a Bucket draft, but we're gonna do the top five though. Just the top five. Just the top five. You know what? It's gonna be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of good draft picks this year. Indeed. Plus, we also got the Will Smith tribute that I threw in there. Just wanted to give him a shout out right quick. He's had a tough year. You know, life really slapped him in the face, right? Bro, come on now. What? No pun intended. You know, I'm not trying to rock the house with that one. Anyways, everyone, I hope you're all enjoying today. And Will Smith, if you're watching, I just wanted to let you know, bro, you have some supporters out there. So, hope you all enjoy the show. Yo, why are you always talking? It's a joke, dog. Like, this is you being wild right now. This is stupid. Your mama. With the first pick in the Get a Bucket 2022 draft, the Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero from Duke University. Let's go, Paolo. Hey! The Orlando Magic needs scoring, wing defense, playmaking ability, pretty much a star or an all-star. And they have a lot of cap space and young developing talent with potential. The cons for the Magic, well, they've had consistent injuries and their coaching staff. Who's their coach? No disrespect, but so, you know, when you're in a division with the Hawks, the Hornets, the Heat, the Wizards, right now those are respectable teams. But drafting Paolo Banchero, well, 3 years from now, that's the time frame that I'm really focusing on, because they're not winning or going to the playoffs right now, next season. Like, no, that's too soon. But when you have a person like Paolo, like this man is like a LeBron James meets Carmelo Anthony. No, he's not the athlete that LeBron James is, but he's better than Carmelo. He's not the skilled, versatile scorer that Carmelo is, but hey, he's better than LeBron at this age. I'm not saying he's going to be a perfectly combined specimen and let him flourish. No, but he can be a star. He can be an all-star. That combination is ridiculous, but he's somewhere in between that. If you say even a Chris Webber or maybe even a Blake Griffin now compared with a Blake Griffin when he was first entering the league, cool. That's what you got in Paolo to a degree. And that person, that potential player, is an NBA all-star at minimum, okay? And now you're pairing him with people like Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Isaac, who was the leading defensive player of the year 2 years ago before his injuries. You also have Wendell Carter, who's a quality starting center in the league. And then you have players like Franz Wagner, who's a quality rookie who can shoot the ball pretty well. Chuma Okeke, decent defender. And then you got RJ Hampton, who was highly touted out of high school. This team, young developing, just need time. So I'm focusing on the year 2025 because at this point in time, Paolo being drafted to the Magic will make sense. They'll get to the playoffs or at least be in contention. And again, that's 3 years from now. And let's say he has a 20-year career. That's a long time. So again, Paolo Banchero, welcome to the Orlando Magic. With the second pick in the Get a Bucket 2022 draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Jabari Smith out of Auburn University. Oklahoma City Thunder need a interior presence, shooting, defense, size, and bulk. And with Jabari Smith, you're getting just that. Now, OKC does have a lot of cap space, right? They have a lot of draft picks. So when I'm thinking this, the only cons is really their coaching. Okay, like, you know, they're still unproven. Got you. Well, they are in a tough division, not the toughest, you know. It's the T-Wolves, it's the Nuggets, you got the Blazers, you got the Jazz. Well, I'm thinking 3 seasons from now, Jabari Smith on this team. Well, Jabari Smith is an extremely good scorer. Like, he can shoot the ball, probably has the best jump shot in the draft. And it's a high release, silky smooth jump shot. So it's really fun to rely on. Like, it's really easy to rely on. Could be a con too, because he does get a little jump shot happy sometimes. You do want to see him take it to the basket a little bit more. But he's young, younger than the top 3 that I'm naming. So That's a lot of growth to go there. And he's going to a team that does not need him to be the top scorer immediately. And he's a good defender, so he can just play his game. Perfect situation for him. It kind of reminds you of what he did when he was on Auburn. He had respectable guards and a quality team around him. And they're pairing that again. 3 years from now, this team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Alex Poku-Sekovi, or Alex Poku, Jabari Smith, Trey Mann, Aaron Wiggins, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl. All of these players will be in a respectable age limit, and now they are playoff contending team. And not to mention, they have a bunch of cap space again, so they can sign some other players like quality free agents to help out build this roster. Again, Jabari Smith, you're going to a team filled with 2 combo guards, and you don't have to be the first or even the second option your first year. Really, your second. Perfect situation for Jabari Smith. So Jabari, welcome to the Thunder. With the 3rd pick in the Get a Bucket 2022 draft, the Houston Rockets select Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga University. The Houston Rockets need talent. They need talent, playmaking, interior presence, defense, wings. They need a lot. Like, there's a lot. I'm gonna start with the cons. They need a lot of talent. They need their wings. The coaching staff, you gotta Google them, right? Now, for the pros though, well, they do have a talented backcourt in Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. Not to mention draft picks. But they are in a tough division. You got the Mavericks, you got the Grizzlies, you got the Pelicans, and you have the Spurs. All of them were in the play-in or playoffs this season. So I'm focusing on 3 years from now, which is why I say, Chet Holmgren, welcome to the Rockets. Because guess what? Chet Holmgren is a 7'1" power forward, center, who can play make, shoot the long ball, rebound the ball, and block shots. Again, I say that he's 7'1". He has a 7'6" wingspan. Ridiculous. So that means his wingspan is equivalent to Yao Ming's height. And when I look at him, I've heard a lot of comparisons, right? You got Dirk Nowitzki, you got Kristaps Porzingis. I've even read Kevin Garnett minus the passion and athleticism. I think more like a Sean Bradley meets a Pau Gasol. Because again, Pau Gasol was a good scorer. That would be the highest that Chet gets to from the scoring tip. But he can be a better playmaker than Pau Gasol and a better defender. But I do think he's going to have to bulk up. And as you see, Pau Gasol is bigger than Chet Holmgren. Well, you saw how Pau did for us. And he was on the Lakers, so he was even older in his career. Still got to bulk up a little bit more. Chet is not scared. He's not a pump. He's just skinny. But pairing him up with Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., and even Christian Wood, I think what Chet brings to the table, as you guys are seeing, it'll help them out. Think of the pick and pop game between the backcourt and Chet. The help that Chet provides for Christian Wood and vice versa. I think it's a wonderful pairing. And again, you got to remember 2025. So again, Chet Holmgren, welcome to the Rockets. With the 4th pick in the Get a Bucket 2022 draft, the Sacramento Kings select Shaedon Sharpe out of Kentucky University. The Sacramento Kings need shooting, wing defense, interior defense, pretty much overall size. Now, the pros to them are they have De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, who are 2 potential all-star caliber players. They also have draft picks, and they're closer to the playoffs. Now, the cons, like I said, they need more wing. Pretty much they need interior presence, okay? They need a little bit more than that. And I stated they have Domantas Sabonis already. So need him a little bit more help. The coaching staff, it's no disrespect, but it's Mike Brown. Again, I like you, but sometimes I don't like you. No disrespect again. Not to mention the Kings are in the Pacific Division. So they're going to go up against the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Suns. All respectable teams. And with the Shaedon Sharpe, now we're drafting somebody who is a high flyer. He's a dog, bro. Like, this man is a pure athlete. When I think Shaedon Sharpe, I think Jaylen Brown meets Zach LaVine, and that's scary. That's a tough combination. Jaylen Brown's a big guard, but you see Shaedon Sharpe is a big guard. He can play shooting guard or small forward, and he has the bounce of a Zach LaVine. It's tough. Might even be a little higher. So now we're pairing that with the De'Aaron Fox we could talk about in 2025, and you're going up against the Warriors, the Suns, the Lakers, the Clippers. You're not going to the playoffs or the finals right now. 2025, you could be making a nice case. And De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are now 27, 28 in their prime still. Having a young gun who will be Shaedon Sharpe at the age of 22, the only knock we have against him is we didn't see him play in Kentucky. It's the only thing, because he reclassified. So that means he went up a grade and then went to the draft. The boy about to be special. The Kings might have drafted their king. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, this man could be nice. And then you have Davion Mitchell to help out at the backcourt as well, too. Woo! Not to mention Raquan Holmes. Shout out to you. Like, the Kings could be nice. So again, Shaedon Sharpe, welcome to the Kings. With the 5th pick in the Get a Bucket 2022 draft, the Detroit Pistons select Jaden Ivey out of Purdue University. The Detroit Pistons need shooting, playmaking, and perimeter defense. Now, the pros, well, Kelly Olynyk and Jeremy Grant are good trade bait. They also are getting rid of Blake Griffin's $29 million contract. He ain't on the team no more. He on the Nets. That's why he chilling. Then, well, your best player, Cade Cunningham, is getting $13 million until 2026. I just said Blake Griffin's getting $29 for not being on the squad. It's a big difference. So you're getting a lot of money back, but the coaching, And then, well, the team roster, bleak, but it's young, so it has a little bit of potential. And you're also in a, well, tough division too, because you got the Bucks, you have the Bulls, you have the Pacers, and you have the Cavs. And for the future, the Bucks and the Cavs should at least be there. So I'm drafting Jaden Ivey because at least in the year 2025, I'm expecting Jaden Ivey to form up to his comparison, which for me is like a Russell Westbrook meets a John Wall. Russell Westbrook did not play point guard in college. John Wall did. And they're both tremendous athletes. John Wall's a more defensive-minded athlete. They both weren't the best shooters. And that's what Jaden Ivey is. He's a big guard. His best attribute is not shooting. It's actually his athleticism. But he hustled on the defensive end, and he actually played point guard in while he was in college. So it'll translate in the NBA. And that helps out because now, Killian Hayes, you don't have to be the point guard, which they drafted you for. They can also pair that playmaking that Jaden Ivey has with Cade Cunningham. So now Cade can score and focus on scoring. And if Jaden's not having it well, you know what? Cade can play make. It's okay. You can spell for him. So again, Jaden Ivey on this team, pretty solid. So Jaden Ivey, welcome to the Detroit Pistons.
Mr. Smith, look around. Do you see any difference between yourself and the other young gentleman?
Is that like a trick question?
Tie, Mr. Smith, the tie. Kindly consult that section of the rule book pertaining to neckwear.
Oh, you mean Section 3, Paragraph 4, which states a tie must be worn with the Windsor knot, but it doesn't say where.
Take a seat.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me.
Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you
you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.